How's it going, guys? I'm back here again for a new video, and this is going to be kind of a spontaneous video. I wasn't planning on doing a video today, but I wanted to because I have seen 3 movies that I just wanted to talk about. So this is going to be kind of a recent movies that I've seen, or movies that I've seen recently. I don't know if this is going to be like a new series or whatever, but I just wanted to do a video just talking about 3 movies that I've recently seen, because there are a lot of classic movies that I know everyone else has seen that I haven't seen yet, and there are a lot of new modern movies that I haven't seen yet as well, because I don't really get out to the movie theater very often. So I don't see a lot of newer movies until they come out on Blu-ray, and then if it looks interesting, then I'll get them. So I just thought it'd just be kind of fun just to kind of do a video just sort of talking about recent movies I've seen. And these are movies that I don't want to dedicate a whole thoughts video to. So yeah, like I said, I just saw 3 movies recently, and yeah, I just want to talk about them. So 2 of them are classic movies, and 1 of them is a more modern movie. And I'll go ahead and start with the 2 classic ones. Now, the first movie that I saw is a movie I remember my aunt having on VHS. Now, my aunt is a practicing Wiccan. I do not practice Wiccan, but my aunt does, and I have several friends that do. And because she is a Wiccan, she really likes movies about witches and stuff like that. Like, the first time I ever saw a VHS copy of the Blair Witch Project was a copy that she had at my grandfather and grandmother's old house. And that was the first time I ever saw the cover of that movie and made me want to see it. Well, the other movie that I remember her having was the movie The Craft. And I recently finally watched it. I've had it on Blu-ray for a long time, and I finally popped it in. And I want to say I really did enjoy it. I really liked the characters. I thought Fairuza Balk, I think is how you pronounce her name, she was the best character, playing like the main witch. I thought that she was insane in that role. I thought that, you know, just her whole demeanor and everything, like you knew something was more up about her than the other characters. And each of the characters sort of had their own thing, that they were either bullied by or something that made them not feel good about themselves. And then once they discovered that they kind of had this witchcraft, these powers that they end up kind of having, that's when they, start, feeling better about themselves. And, I really did enjoy it up until a point. I'm not going to give away what it was, but I will say there's a point in the movie where I didn't like it as much, and I wasn't a big fan of the ending. If you've seen the movie, you might know what I'm talking about. I think it could have been better if they did it differently, but overall, I really did enjoy it, and I'm really glad that I finally got a chance to see it. It is a 90s movie that I hadn't seen, and since I was born in the 90s, anything 90s related, I love. Anything that takes place during the 90s, a movie, TV show, whatever it is, I absolutely love the 90s, and I thought the cast did a great job, and overall, I really enjoyed it. Now, the next movie I want to talk about is an 80s movie starring Tom Hanks, and that is The Burbs. And basically, the story of The Burbs is Tom Hanks and his wife and his son, they live in the suburbs, and there's a house right next to them that has been, it's been empty for a long time, and it's really run down and everything. Well, a family moved into that house, and they haven't been out of the house since they moved in. So everybody around the neighborhood started expecting something. They don't really know what's going on with this family because they never see them. They only come out every once in a while, and it's basically Tom Hanks and the other citizens of this, this small little street that they live on, trying to figure out what is up with this family. Why are they so creepy, and what they might be doing. Corey Feldman is in it. He plays a pretty cool character named Ricky. But yeah, it's definitely more of a kind of a horror comedy, and I really did enjoy it. I actually have not seen that many Tom Hanks comedies, mostly because now that since I'm not very old. A lot of movies that I've seen him in are dramas and stuff. Like, I think one of the first movies I ever saw him in was Forrest Gump, which is like a drama movie. So I haven't seen that many of Tom Hanks's earlier comedy roles. I've never seen Big. That'll be another movie that I I need to eventually check out. I do have it, but I haven't seen it. But I really did like this. I think Tom Hanks was a really good character, and I really enjoyed his performance. And there were a couple of turns in that movie that I really did enjoy. So if you're into horror comedies, I definitely recommend The Burbs. It's definitely one of the better ones. It was also directed by Joe Dante, who directed like Gremlins and stuff like that. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. Now, the last movie that I want to talk about, and this is the reason why I did this video in the first place, because I enjoyed this movie so much, I knew I had to talk about it, but it had been out for, it came out in 2018, I think, 18 or 19, so I knew it was kind of too new to do like a review or whatever, but after watching this movie, I just watched it today, and I really, really did enjoy it, and I wanted to do a video talking about it, and that is Knives Out. Now, Knives Out is kind of like it's a whodunit movie. It's kind of like the Clue, like that movie. It's kind of like that, but there's sort of a twist to it. I absolutely loved this entire movie. Now, first off, it's got a great cast. It's got Chris Pine in it. It's got Jamie Lee Curtis is in it. And then it's also got oh geez, who was I can't remember. I can't remember the boy's name, but he plays Billy in the new It, and I can't think of the actor's name, and I feel bad for not remembering. But it also has Daniel Craig in it, who plays an investigator, and he's doing he's doing an accent in the movie. And when you first see it, you kind of you're kind of like, you don't know if he's pulling it off well, but as the movie goes on, you get into it, and I thought that Daniel Craig was the best character in the whole movie. He's really over the top and kind of hamming it up, but I really liked it. But basically the movie is this really wealthy family. Their father died, and their father used to be a really successful writer, and he's written a lot of books, and he left his publishing company to his son, and he ends up dying. And originally the investigators believed that he died from suicide, but Daniel Craig's character believes that there's more to it. And so they start an investigation, and they start investigating all the characters, including the assistant that he had, whose name I cannot pronounce, and I'm not going to try to pronounce. But she was the last person to see him alive, and she was great in this movie. She's only been in a few films before this, and she was absolutely amazing. I also really loved, the movie takes place in this big old mansion. Like a lot of these, Clue type movies take place. They always take place in a big house, and I really loved the way that the house looked. It's definitely a house that I would want to live in if I was rich, except instead of all the shelves being full of books, they'd be full of movies, of course. This movie also takes place during the fall time, and I thought this movie captured the fall feeling great. I really like this. This is definitely one movie that I will be popping in, at the end of September, because it doesn't feel like an October movie, but definitely near the end of September, when I'm getting excited for fall time, I will definitely pop this one in, because it has a great fall feeling to it. But yeah, guys, overall, Knives Out was really good. I do think that the third act kind of struggled a little bit. I didn't like it as much as the first two acts, but overall, I really, really liked Knives Out. Like I said, the cast, just the plot, the whole feeling of the movie, I thought was great. I really enjoyed Knives Out, and yeah, and that's the reason why I wanted to do this video, because I wanted to talk about it. I didn't want to give anything away or anything, but because there are some twists and turns to it, and I will say there's kind of a character in the movie that you kind of suspect something about that particular character. But overall, yeah, I really enjoyed Knives Out. But yeah, guys, that is just 3 movies that I've seen recently. Like I said, I don't know if I'm going to be doing make this into a series. I might, because like I said, there are a lot of older movies and newer movies that I haven't seen, that I kind of want to just do these quick little videos, just giving my thoughts on them, not talking about the plot or anything, but just giving my thoughts on the movie overall. And yeah, guys, so Let me know down below what you guys think. Let me know if you guys have seen any of these movies. I'm really curious to hear what everyone thinks about Knives Out because, like I said, I really enjoyed it. It was definitely my favorite movie of the 3 movies that I watched. I really did enjoy it. I also really enjoyed the other 2. You know, I thought The Burbs was great, and I liked The Craft up until a certain point, and then I wasn't a fan of the ending. But I still really enjoyed it. I enjoyed all 3 of these movies. So definitely let me know down below if you guys have seen Knives Out, The Craft, or The Burbs. And as always, if you guys want to follow me on social media, all my links are always down below. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I hope everybody has a great day.